Welcome to homework.
To construct a 99% confidence interval estimate for the population mean life of light bulbs in the shipment, we can use the formula for a confidence interval for a mean, which is the sample mean plus or minus a critical z times the population standard deviation over the square root of the sample size. So with substitutions, the sample mean is 400. The critical z at 99%, which comes from your z table, is 2.576. The standard deviation is 104, and the sample size is 64. So I'll go, doesn't say how much to round to. I'll give you 4 places and you can change as needed. So the lower boundary is 400 minus 2.576 times 104 over the square root of 64, which is 366.512, and the upper boundary is found by adding, and that is 433.488. Now, the manufacturer for part B, do you think that the manufacturer has the right to state that the light bulbs have a mean light of 260? I would say they don't. 260 is not in this interval. The confidence interval suggests that we can be 99% confident that the true mean life of the light bulbs is within the range we've stated in part A. Must you assume that the population light bulb life is normally distributed? No, you do not need to assume that the population light bulb life is normally distributed to calculate a confidence interval for the mean. The central limit theorem states that for a sufficiently large sample size, which is typically greater than or equal to 30, the sampling distribution of the sample mean tends to be approximately normally distributed regardless of the distribution of the population. In this case, the sample size is 64, which is greater than or equal to 30, and so we don't need to. Suppose the standard deviation changed to 70. What are our answers in A and B? If the standard deviation changes to 70 instead of 104, then the lower boundary goes to 377.46, and the upper boundary to 422.54. So that does not change choice B either, because 260 still is not in this, unless 260 was a typo in this coming over, but you're just looking at it to see how it fits. Now, if that was actually 360, that still wouldn't even be at 360, so I don't know. It would still be no. Doesn't change for part B.